entire YouTube. As you can see, most of the world is being quarantined or either quarantined themselves. Today, we choose to quarantine ourselves and make a nice spread, a nice penitentiary spread. You know, these are the items right here that we normally use in prison. Of course, there's different brands, and there's some things that we had access to and some things that we couldn't. As you can see all over the news, you got people lined up from one block to the next trying to get all the items off them shelves. So, you know, we got Wolf brand chili right here. This is what we got. We couldn't find our pouches, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and crush up the soup first, because, you know, this is what's gonna make the pattern. This is gonna be the whole pattern right here for the whole meal that we got going on. So, in order for you to prevent from just crushing like this all the time, guess what? Your fingers are gonna get tired. So, in prison, you just break them down. That's all. You break them up. Real convenient. We got our pork skins. We got our hot Cheetos. We got our summer sausage. We finna dice up. We got our jalapenos, pickle, and again, our chilies. For the last topping, we got our cheese. We got a little crunch for the lunch, so what we'll do is we'll save a little bit of Fritos, crush them up real nice and fine, and sprinkle that on the top, just to, you know, have a little extra crunch in what you got going on. And we're gonna go ahead and put all this where it belongs. We're gonna put it in a chip bag. Because when you're in prison, you ain't got no dishes. So you can't sit there and try to get you a bowl and try to get you this container, that container. All you got is a hot pot and a whole bunch of bags. And guess what? This is our big bag right here. So y'all just take y'all's time and relax. Enjoy the spread we're about to make. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure you can ask somebody what a spread looks like, or perhaps you even met somebody that's made a spread for you. So you can go ahead and comment on the channel and let us know what you think about spreads that you've had in the past. Perhaps you want to try one, maybe you want to make one yourself. Let us know. Either way, the coronavirus is pretty strong out there, guys and girls, men and women, so you ain't got to be too far out there. We don't need anybody getting sick and bringing it home. Okay. You know, so had my mother in the background. She just called for the feds. She's gonna come home April 1st. You know, congratulations to her. She's making it a step closer to the world. Maybe next time I'll have her show y'all how to make a spread. Okay. So for the people that kind of, you know, want to watch their health, I mean, this ain't entirely healthy, we'll tell you that, but nothing in prison is sold that's healthy, I'll tell you that. So, but the people that at least care half-assed about their sodium intake, like myself, well, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and, see, you're always going to put the trash all in one little thing that way, because our little trash bag consists of a little brown bag. So all our trash goes there, so you always want to make the best of your trash. But I got 10 soups in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4 chili seasonings. Because on the cool, when I would be in there eating soups, I probably use this 4 times, so I use a quarter for each soup. And whatever else I was placing in it would compensate for the sodium, because of course, when you eat chili, you eat chips, and so forth, they're high in sodium as well. So to prevent from overloading your system with so much sodium, you only use a little bit of the chili seasoning, or beef seasoning, chicken seasoning, or in this case, shrimp seasoning. So, all right. So we're not gonna use much on this. We got plenty of things that'll give it enough flavor. We gotta make sure that our water's on too, though. This right here is substituting for our hot pot. Normally we'd have a little hot pot with a little plug on it. You know, you just plug it into the wall, let it get hot. So what happens here, what's happening here is that we don't have no pouches because people are so panicked and scared right now that they're buying every single pouch and everything. So I was lucky to find a couple cans of the Wolf brand chili. So with that being said, normally we throw our pouches in there inside the hot pot to warm them up because we don't have no other stove, we don't have nowhere else to put them, so we put them inside the water and let it warm up. So in this case, we're gonna put our cans in the water. See, back in the day before 2001, the penitentiary sold canned items. Jack Max, you had refried beans, you know, you had a couple items. See, this happens all the time when you're cooking. At least in prison, where I'll have a whole mess when I'm cooking, then I'll have to just shine it up when I'm done. So we got that right there. I misplaced my towel. All right, so while that's heating up, we're gonna go ahead and get this water and we're gonna start putting it in here. See, what you wanna do on a chip bag, when you open up a chip bag, you see this right here? If you don't maintain this properly and you open up your bag, this crease right here, this cut, would go straight down. And guess what? You won't have no bag to cook. So anytime you open up a bag and it does this right here, all you do is you just come up with it. That's it. Pull it and come up. And now look, this ain't gonna open. This side's good. It didn't come down. But you always put it to the side and pick it up so that your cut doesn't continue going down and you lose a good bag. So, we're gonna go ahead and mix this up right here, get the flavor in a little bit. Get the flavor going some. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it a little bit spicy. So we're gonna crush up these Cheetos. We're putting in hot Cheetos. And this is how you crush it up. Normally, the bunk's a little bit lower, so I put it on the bunk, put my knee on it, and crush it up and make it real easy for myself. See, I'm about convenience. You know, some people like putting in the extra work, but guess what? If I can do that same work, but faster, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So in this case, we got hot Cheetos to give it a nice flavor. And we got pork skins. But we'll save some pork skins and Fritos for the topping. You always want to have a little crunch with your meal. So we got that in there. All right. So you want to make sure you crush up these pork skins really, really fine. Otherwise, you're gonna be chewing on it like menudo, and you want to prevent that. This is just for the taste, for the flavoring. So the finer you crush it up, the more it's gonna be for flavoring. If you do, some people like to leave chunks in it though, you know, because they want something to chew on, or maybe they want to have something stuck in their teeth for later on in the evening, you know, that they can pull out. You know, whatever their preference is. I've had a lot of people do weird things, and guess what? I was cool with every one of them. You want it real fine. You want it real nice. There we go. All right. So we put this in there. We got another good bag. See these bags, what you do is you always fold them right back up and you save them for a later spread. We're gonna mix this all up. See, when you mix it up this way, you gotta be sure that you flip it upside down as well. What you're gonna do, you're gonna fold this area here. You're gonna throw it upside down. And you're gonna hit it real quick. Once you hit this, you're making it even. So now, everything is evenly spread. So this is more or less what we look like. I'm getting real hungry already. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and, man, this is a real dangerous item here. I'm still trying to get used to these. I hold these in my hand and I feel like, man, I'm nervous. I'm scared of myself just holding this thing. This thing's too sharp. But hey, I gotta get used to this. These things were pretty deadly at one point. And now I really don't even know how to hold this thing, really. I feel like I might chop off my finger. So, and the only time we get summer sausage in there is during the holidays, baby. So that's the season for the reason right there. That's the reason why we're gonna party, have a good time and everything. As soon as November kicks in, that's when all the holiday specials start coming in. We start setting everything in there. All right, we're looking good on the water. All right, let's go ahead and cut this first this way. So now, we're gonna go ahead and dice up our summer sausage here. And what you wanna do is you wanna get it, see normally, I wouldn't have this right here. This is super convenient to cut a summer sausage. In prison, what you're gonna have is you're gonna have a razor blade. So, you're gonna use the razor blade to slice all this up. So believe me, your fingers, they'll be hurting after a while from just cutting and cutting and cutting, because not only are you gonna cut this, but you're also gonna chop up that pickle we got too. Now we'll check on the water. We look like we're boiling. We good. We're good right here. Water. Put it here. We gotta get it close. We gotta get it real close. Since the water is hot and boiling, that's the time. So normally what we do is we get our little towel or face towel or whatever, and you're gonna put your chip bag on your hand so that you don't burn yourself. In this case, I'm gonna have to put the sucker down and babysit it and make sure that it doesn't fall. Now, let's see if this is possible here. All right. So we're looking all right. Whoop. Let's check this out first. Just make sure, see, you just put enough water in the beginning just to make sure that your bag doesn't have no holes. A lot of bags come with holes, or when you're crushing up your chips in the bag, sometimes a hard pork skin or something in the corner will make a hole. So we put a little bit of water, you check it. We look pretty good thus far. So by the time I'm putting water in this thing, you'd have about 4 or 5 homies coming through talking about, oh, what's up, crazy clown? Goddamn, homie, I'm hungry. What's up? Shit, I'd be like, man, homie, I'm hungry too. That's why I'm cooking. Go get you something to eat. They're gonna try to come get a little piece of the spread or the pizza. In this case, this is what you call a pizza right here. This is a penitentiary pizza. So you ain't gonna see no pepperonis on this thing, but you will see them summer sausages. All right, so you're gonna babysit it again. You check it out. We're looking real good here. We ain't got no holes. So what you wanna do, you put it at an angle and you start just working it. There you go, you start, put a little something into it, massage it a little bit. Woo! Yeah, it's hot too. That's what you do, you get down. You mix everything up real nice. But the main thing is to feel how much more water you're gonna need. So I've been doing these so long that at this time, I can just massage it and feel it, and I'll know how much water I need. See, the objective is you can't put too much water and you can't put too less of water. Because if you put too much water in it, it won't compress together like a pizza, well, a square pizza. It won't stay stuck together. And if you put too less water, it's gonna be too dry. You're gonna be chewing like a camel. Might as well put you in the desert somewhere, because you're gonna feel like there's nothing you can do for that. So you wanna make sure you put enough water in it so that you ain't trying to struggle to chew and choke. And one, so that you can easily enjoy your meal without it breaking all apart real bad. So we don't need too much more water. See, the water, you got the chips that absorb the water in here too. And the soup tends to blow up. Now this is what I noticed. This is what I know by experience is that however many soups you can eat in one day, that's cool, that's fine. But in the middle of the night, you will wake up thirsty. It seems like soup finishes cooking in your body. It's crazy. I guess the noodle absorbs the water inside of you or something. So I started going away from soups and I started sticking to rice. Yeah, by now you gotta fend off half the block because they're coming by asking for a piece of this. Hey, you got friends. Hey, when you're cooking in prison, you got friends, homies. You got Christian brothers. You tell them, hey, there's no rule when it comes to food. Everybody's coming down. They finna visit the old clown. I'm gonna be real famous when I'm cooking. When I'm not cooking, they don't even know about them. They're like, man. So today, all right, check this out right now. It's coming together. You see that? It's coming together. But I feel because it's gotta sit for at least 15 minutes. You gotta break in for that time right there. You gotta compensate for that. And notice that the longer it's sitting, the more it's gonna lock up. But you want it to lock perfectly good so that you can put all the other toppings right here, put them on there real nice. So, we're looking good though. See, what I do to keep this sucker real hot, what I'm gonna do is I might place it in the pot for a little bit. Just for about a good 3-4 minutes. Just to get it even hotter. So I would get it, place it in the pot, give me a little bit of water. Well, you know what? I can even use a little bit of this water since we're already hot. That's it. We'll let that get hot for a little bit. And then we're back at it over here. Now we're on a time limit. Now we're on a time limit because as the soups are cooking, you want to look at the time. What time do we have right now? What do we look like? Whatever that time is, you want to have everything should be done in about 20 minutes at the max. Everything should be done in 20 minutes. So after you put your hot water in it, 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big your spread is or how big your pizza is going to be, you can go with either one. So we chopping this up real nice. See, this right here, this is a luxury in prison. I'm gonna tell you right now, you ask anybody who's done time, what's up with that summer sausage? They're gonna tell you, everybody wants to come up on summer sausage. Like I tell you, they only said it during Thanksgiving and during Christmas. Other than that, you're not gonna see no more summer sausage throughout the rest of the year. Same thing with a banana and an apple. You're gonna see them during Christmas and you're gonna see them during Thanksgiving. And that's it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put all our summer sausage in the bag. Because of course, there's no other way to heat it up. So you put it in the bag and we put it inside our hot pot. So what you're gonna wanna do is put all this like this and let it boil. Bam, we got our summer sausage in the bag, in our chip bag. Like I tell you, chip bags are also a luxury. You'll have people coming around the fields all day talking about, hey bro, can I borrow a chip bag? Can I borrow a chip bag? And you never see a chip bag again. So you gotta make sure they come through asking for chip bags. You tell them, nah, I ain't got no chip bag, homie. You wait till they go to sleep or something and you bust out your chip bag and make you spread. All right, so the towel, what this is gonna do is this is actually my insulator. I get my towel and I fold it up, more or less the size of my pizza. And this is what's gonna insulate my food and let it cook. So, we get the bag out. Make sure it don't bust, because they do bust along the way too. So while I'm doing this, because we only got so many minutes, we're gonna go ahead and put this inside here. All right, we need some more water in that, so we're gonna put some more water, because we want that summer sausage to come out nice and hot. You always want the topping real nice and hot. All right, we need a little bit more. And the chili can, or the chili pouches, those are always gonna have to be spread apart, because we only got one hot pot. So what you do is you tell your homie, hey homie, man, hey, I need a favor, man. I need to put my chili pouches in your hot pot. And he'll be like, all right, because you know he's gonna come up. And you just tell him, hey man, you got a tortilla? If he says yeah, you make him a tortilla. If not, you cut him off a little corner to bless your game and let him use your hot pot. So normally what I do to hold my stuff down, I'll just do something like this right here. If not, it's gonna stay floating. So you wanna make sure that the water comes up to about right here, so that all your summer sausage is getting hot and the top ain't cold and the bottom is only hot. So let's get a little bit more water. See, cooking takes effort. So when people tell me, hey man, do you know how to cook? Hell yeah, I know how to cook. You see what I'm doing in the kitchen? I'm cooking. This takes work right here. So look, we got our water. How we looking? You think we're all covered in? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's submerged. That's exactly what we need. Let that get hot. We got our cans that are really hot. All right. So in the meantime, we come back over here. You want to feel this a little bit and see. You massage it a little bit more. I'll tell you right now. I need a little bit of water in here. Yeah, I need a little bit of water in there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and put a little water in here before this gets too hot. I can already feel it locking up. All right, that's still submerged. So we're looking good right there. Now, yeah, there we go. Now, kick it in. All right. Now we're about to form it. So you come over here. You're gonna open up your bag. You can fold it about here somewhere and start working it. Pull out your corners. Get your corners pulled out. That way your food fills in right there. That way you got a complete square. And then you'll bring it out just a little bit more and you start making it longer. So you press down on it. So now, depending on how high you want it, some people like a little thin crust pizza. See, I like mine thick. So I don't really spread my seed. You can put it way up here and they can flatten it out and spread it real thin. But man, it's gonna take me about 6-8 bites before I can even, half-fast feel something. So I wanna be able to feel something. So I keep it at a good little height. And right here, if you come see this right here, you can see the height of the actual pizza. So this is what you want right here. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for something to dig your spoon into. So wherever the flap is at, I'm gonna turn it, drag it up a little bit, and you want your towel to reach the end of this bag here. So there's too much there. So we bring it down. There you go, right there. Why? So that there's no slack and nothing comes out when you start pressing down on your pizza. Because the top of the bag is here, ain't nothing coming out if this is pulled tight. So you want to come back with this side. And if you're experienced, you can always throw it under. And if you're not, you'll mess up your pizza. So this is basically the incubator right here. This bad boy is gonna cook really nice. So in about 10 minutes, that'll be ready. So in the meantime, you start getting your pickles and other things ready that you need. You see, that's one thing in prison. We don't have knives and we don't have scissors. So your teeth are your knife and the teeth is your scissor. So as you can see, my teeth, hey, they've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of time though too, so I got an excuse. So in that case, I guess now that I'm out here, I can save that, but I'm just kind of used to it. So you want to cut your pickles up, and you want to do the pickles the same way you did that summer sausage. You just don't want to cut your finger off. Because I'm just going to have to grab it with my fingers. And grab this, like this. All right, now we're going to take a look here and see what the damage is. All right, there's been a lot of times when your bag has a small hole or something of that sort in it. So when you get water into your summer sausage, well, what you do, because obviously this has a hole, and that's why that's occurred. You see that? That's a number one thing that occurs in prison with bags. So what do? Captain Clown here to save the day. Remember what I told you about always saving a bag? This is when it comes in handy. You don't have to ask nobody for a bag, which means you get to keep all your food and you ain't got to share it. And you just put this over this. You flip it upside down and you let it fall into your new bag. So see, a lot of things happen. This is why I tell you that, hey, cooking takes work. As you can see, Vato right here been cooking this for a minute. Now, when you got a little bit of water, that ain't no big deal. You go to the sink and you pour it out. And sometimes I can't even do that at the end, because when you got water in it and you let it sit in here, guess what? It gets your summer sausage even hotter. And that's pretty darn hot right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try this again. And see, when you're in prison, guess what? You ain't on no time frame. So I got all day to cook. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just sitting there, you know, people coming by, talking to me and so forth. So now we get back to this over here. So yeah, so that's why I tell you that you always got to keep bags. Bags are very important in prison. You never want to be without bags, because of course a person is never going without eating. So obviously we got some good things already. We got good backup plans already. So we're looking good. All right, we're having a hard time here. All right. Now we're gonna dice this up just like we did the summer sausage. You know, I mean, some people don't like pickles. Some people do like pickles on their spread. I like pickles on it. I like jalapenos on it. Some people like ranch. Some people don't like ranch. I like ranch myself, but guess what? I couldn't find none. It looks like H-E-B and Walmart, and every other store ran out. So see, we got our diced up pickles there. Ain't no need to warm those up. This is another reason why you always want to have an empty bag hand, because when you don't want to waste all your chips on one spread, because hey, money's tight, family's tripping, you know, maybe your girl, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, they talking about, oh, well, we got bills to pay out here too, and we can't send you no money for your soups and chips. Then guess what? I'm only gonna use a little bit of these suckers every time I eat. So we pour a little bit in here, not too many. And what you're gonna do with the rest, you're gonna fold them up and put them up for a brighter day. Put them in that locker. So we're gonna put that up. Now this thing keeps falling. All right, that's pretty hot. We ain't gonna do nothing with that no more. So same thing with the pork skin. Corn chip bag, and there's $1.50. Pork skins just went up to 95 cents. So in this occasion, I got enough money on my books to buy me a few more bags of those, so I'm not tripping on the pork skins. So again, you fold up your brand new bag and you stash it for a brighter day. So now we're gonna crush this up. See, when you crush something up, you never want to crush it from this way coming this way, because you're gonna put all the pressure on it and you're gonna cause a hole in your bag. So what you do is you're gonna leave this with air on this side and you're gonna crush coming the other way. You're gonna come this way. And when it gets to the top, you just bring it down again and work it again. And do the same thing over and over. You get it away from here so it doesn't put pressure on there to bust the bottom of your bag. You can fold it here now and finish off the top. And that's done. So this is one of the toppings here. We got jalapenos here. So we're just about done. Just check this, all right? So what you do when you're an experienced pizza cooker, hey, the feel, oh, it's beautiful. It got a few more minutes and it's done. It's just like a mechanic. You know, what does he do? He says, oh, ma'am, just turn on your car. And she turns on the car and he goes and he puts his hand on it and acts like he's meditating on this thing, right? And he tells you everything is wrong with it. And when you go to AutoZone and diagnose it, guess what they tell you? The same thing this damn mechanic done told you. So he knows what he's talking about. Same thing with me. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these pizzas. That's right. So you never want to check it by taking off the towel, because now you're letting all that hot air escape. So guess what? Now it's going to start getting cold on you. So what you do is you just feed it. You know, just feel like you're rubbing on somebody or whatever, you know, just feeding their back for little tumors or so forth, you know. Anything that feels odd or awkward, you know, you want to press it down and make it, you know, make it back level. That's what you want to do. You know, so right now we're looking real good. So we got a few more minutes right here. Yeah, that's almost done. Okay, we got some of our topping. We got our topping there. We got our cheese. I wanted to get a jalapeno squeeze cheese, is what they sell in there. But they were out of all, you know, this world out here, they're out of all that. I bet you in prison, they got a whole bunch of bottles of squeeze cheese on their racks. They ain't ran out in there. Guess why? Because they want your people's money. They ain't doing no playing. They want that money. So they're gonna stay stocked in there. All right. So we got this taken care of. This is pretty hot. We just want to keep it hot. That's why I'm keeping it under the water. This is really hot. We got a few more minutes for this to be done. And guess what? The animals are coming out their cages for this. This is just about done. And the way I can tell that it's done is because of the stiffness that's being created in it. It can only get so stiff because of the amount of water that I put in it. But at the same time, if you open up too early, it'll simply just all break apart and it won't be the square that you really want. So you always want to make sure that when you put the hot water in there, your boiling hot water, you want to make sure that you're at least giving it 15 to 20 minutes of it cooking. And that'll be done. That's a wrap. When this water burns the tip of my finger, that's when I know that it's really hot. And right now it's taking a second to burn me, so that means it's not hot enough. I mean, it's hot, but it's not hot enough. So there's a certain way that I like mine cooked, and I need it hotter than that. So in the meantime, We don't want to exceed that time because you don't want your spread to be cold either though. You don't want this pizza to be too cold. So right now it's pretty good. Oh, it's real hot. So I just need to see how many more minutes we're gonna give this right here. All right. So we got salsa con queso, made with grilled cheese, apparently is what it's saying. Now, I don't know if this is actually real cheese, but to me, I think this is processed cheese, and processed cheese ain't real. But hey, it's gonna have to do. The coronavirus is taking everything. So we're gonna have to settle for what we can get. I'm getting hungry already. What about you? How are you guys feeling? Y'all hungry? Y'all ready to taste this penitentiary pizza? Yeah, you see that. Now, check this out. This is what I'm talking about right here. When you start seeing that water jump like that, that's when it's starting to work. And I need to see that water jumping. And sometimes if I don't have nothing to put it down, I can just simply flip it to the other side. Flip it to the other side. That's exactly what we do. Right here. You know, I've had all kinds of items that I put in the hot pot to hold it down. I put my insert cup, I put my coffee cup, I put a squeezed cheese bottle, I put all kinds of stuff on there. I mean, okay, that's good right there. So we're just about done. The pizza's just about ready. So we're gonna start pouring some of this stuff. What you wanna do is before you unwrap the pizza, you wanna go ahead and have everything inside that you're gonna dump out. So let's hit that. See if we can hang. All right. This is pretty hot. As you can see, it's smoking pretty good. But like I tell you, our hands are pretty used to this type of stuff. Dump this in here. The best we can. That's your one can. So this is how it's done. Now out here, you could have easily just put the entire chili. You could have put the entire chili inside this can. For some reason this ain't working either. Here. Okay, so that doesn't work. So complications we have. All right, we got some kind of little fancy item here. All right, let me see. This is plugged in. All right, let's see if I know how to work one of these things. Oh, okay. I hear it. I touch something that moves. See, this is what happens when you've been in prison for a long time. You know, what happens when you've been in prison for a long time is you really don't know how to operate these things. So we're about to find out. So, okay. All right, I don't really know how. See, I need assistance when it comes to this right here because I don't know how to use these things. And I really hate that this is happening because everything's on a time limit now. Everything's real time consuming. So now I gotta move a lot faster because my food's gonna get cold if I don't hurry up. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold this here, pick it up something like this. Oh shit, I think I got my first can. Yeah, I'm learning how to use this thing. That's right, let me see here. All right, let's see if I can work the other one. Yeah, when you've been gone for a long time, things like this are extremely difficult to figure out. Oh, no, was that it? No. Let's see here. Is that how it goes? No. Damn, how did I do that earlier? Oh, we we got it. Yeah, so when your family gets out, if you have anybody that's incarcerated, you want to make sure that the simplest things that you believe are real easy to do, you got to make sure that you break it down for them. Because guess what? These little tasks like this are real hard for us coming out to the new world. So y'all keep that in mind. Y'all just be patient, because guess what? It takes us a while to figure things out. It ain't easy out here, you know? But we're making it. And that's what counts at the end of the day. So now we're gonna go ahead, since we're gonna use this real soon, we're gonna go ahead and dump this water out. We'll dump it everywhere, it don't matter, you get a whole mess. See, when I'm in my cell cooking, the whole thing looks like a tornado done went through that place. But when I'm done, people are asking to rent my cell. My cell's so clean. Hey, bro, can I rent it for the night? I say, sure can, for a low, low price. You can rent anything. The state pays for the light, the water, and everything with it. So you can have that unlimited. Just don't fuck with my locker or my food, because then we got some problems. All right? So, all right, we got that taken care of. This baby's cooked. Now, we're ready to show you what a nice pizza looks like. Just check it out. Ooh, man. Boy, Clown's a beast. He got something. So what you want to do is sometimes you borrow a towel from your homeboy or something. So you got to make sure before you bust it open, you get the towel out, because then that fool's going to be tripping. Like, damn, fool, you fucked up my towel, and 1,000 other things. Because guess what? Having an extra towel in prison is a luxury as well. So these towels like this, oh, I love them. I got me one towel out here. I just wash that sucker every day and keep using it. You know, some people I know have about 15 towels. I say, I just need one, please. Let me have one. And I'll make sure I stretch that sucker. So what you want to do now is you want to get it away from this corner right here. Why? Because when you open it up and you pour the chili and everything on it, you don't want it overflowing onto the table. So you pick it up a little bit and you push it out. Pick it up just a little bit, bam, there it is. So now you got space right here and you got a little space right here. So, like I told you, teeth are everything. You see what teeth do? Ooh, look at that sucker. Yeah, that's just what teeth. That's right. You gotta be sure you know what you're doing at this corner, because let's see what's going on. Okay, that's not gonna open. You want to be real careful, because right here it can get real technical. All right, perfect. Now that's your penitentiary pizza. Look how beautiful that is. Yes, very, very amazing. You see, and people say I can't cook. Armando knows how to cook. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our spoon. We got our chili. This is gonna be our topping. So what you always wanna do is you wanna put your chili first. All right, you wanna pour your chili first onto the top. Now it's gonna flow all over the place, flour and everything. Well, on the sides of this and everything. So what you wanna do a lot of the times is you get newspaper and you pour it on the bottom of this thing. But you know, a lot of people ain't no big ballers be getting the San Antonio newspaper, Lubbock, Houston, Dallas, Corpus, whatever it is. We ain't got the luxury like that to be getting newspapers in there every day. So you just let it go anyway. So what you want to do, this is what I do. Not everybody necessarily does this, but what I do is I'll break it up a little. I'll give it some room. Now the reason why I'm giving it some room is because I want my chili to flow into it. I don't want just my chili to go on the top and fall all over the place. I need for my chili to be also all through it. So I'm gonna give it some room for it to flow very nice. You know, that's what we're doing. So that's that right there. Now you're gonna get your chili and you're gonna start in the center and pour. That's what's going on right there. Easy money, y'all. And you just start spreading it. Then you can bring it back together. Then you can push it back. Then you can push it back. And you just start moving it all over the place. Push it back. You know, make sure you get on the sides. You can even grab some from in there to compensate for the areas that don't have, and so forth. So this is the way I like to make my pizzas. Because I want everybody, every bite that you take, you want to make sure that you got chili involved in there. So, as you can see the steam, everything's nice and hot. All right. I know y'all are real hungry right now. Y'all are dying to taste this thing. Well, guess what? So am I. All right, there we go. We got chili right there. Now, we're gonna put the cheese on the top. We're gonna put cheese on the top of this bad boy. And guess what? A lot of people love a lot of cheese. So what you do is you just pour cheese and you pour cheese and you pour cheese until sometimes you run out. But if you ain't got enough money like that and your people say they ain't sending you the money until next month, you better get a smaller spoon. In this case, my family's sending me a lot of money this month. It's the holidays and they happen to be in the Christmas spirit. So guess what? I'm being real blessed. So what I'm doing is I'm enjoying my blessing. And instead of hoarding my money and not using it, this year, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my holidays. So this is what we have right here. All right. We got some nice cheese on this thing. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pour some of these on there. Sometimes some people that don't like pickles, they'll be like, hey man, I don't like no pickles. Be like, all right, cool. I'll just pour them on this side, and or in fact, I'll put them all on this side right here, and say, okay, there's no pickles there, bro. That way they only eat those two pieces. You know, you got to know how to restrict these people. These people that like to eat big but ain't putting in no money. This is what you do. You put pickles everywhere, and in the little spot you want them not to eat at, that's exactly where you don't put the pickles. That way they only eat that piece. So you got to be smart about it. All right, so we got some pickles here. All right, now we need the little crunch for our lunch. All right, you're gonna sprinkle this all over. This is how I like to get down. And my favorite part of all this is the summer sausage itself. So me personally, I'm gonna put the summer sausage last. And for people that, you know, if you got a lot of money and you don't want to save more chips, then guess what? You can just put them on the side. Put them on the side. That way they can grab from the side as well. Put them on the side and put them on the side. And again, you ain't done nothing wrong with this bag, remember? So you save the bag. Remember, that's a repeated pattern. You'll never forget, and you'll always have bags to eat in prison. Save your bags. Here comes the good part. Now, we got this delicious summer sausage. So we're gonna go ahead and pour these on here. That's right. I know it. Looks good, don't it? All right. This bag that you used for your summer sausage, you don't want to keep. That's the only time that you don't want to keep it, because guess what? You know what? Some people do keep it, but they're going to be rinsing that sucker out for the next 30 minutes because of how much grease it has. So they turn it inside out, grab the soap bar, run it all over it, rinse it, rinse it, rinse it. But those are the people that never go to the store and came up on a bag in the trash can. They'll do that. You know, I wasn't that unfortunate, thank God. So I can throw that one away. So now we're going to put jalapenos on the top, because I like jalapenos. So you just pour them where you need them. And if you want to grab some off of somebody's side, you just put your spoon over there and grab it off their side or whatever. You just don't want to overdo it because some people don't like too many jalapenos. But I don't mind. So this is what we're having right here. So this right here is your pizza. Straight from the penitentiary. And the taste is lovely. I already know. So what we do is once you're done, and once you got your food and everything set up just like this, that's when everybody comes to the show. You know, so this is the prison pizza right here. And hopefully y'all enjoyed. And now you're gonna see all my family come and get some. Come on, y'all. Y'all come over here. Y'all come get some. We got spoons and everything. Come on. Well, where are the spoons and everything? Here we go. We're gonna have our family come over here and try them out and tell us what they think. I'm gonna give them the courtesy of trying it, but after I try it myself first. All right, let's try this right here. Oh, that's right. We don't got plates in prison. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. Now this is delicious. They need to hurry up and try it out because I might finish it. Y'all try it out. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Put some meat in that thing. See, we don't have forks in prison. So you never want to eat on a fork. You know why? Because like her, she can't pick nothing up with it. You need a spoon. That way you can shovel it. That way you can shovel it up. You can put, you know, a good amount. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Clayton? They like it.
It's good.
And that's what's going on today. We made a spread tonight for the family. A nice pizza. We're gonna chow down, and you know, we ain't even gonna chase it with another drink, cause I don't want to spend, you know, any type of flavoring and stuff. I want to save it right here. I don't want no water messing up my flavor. Now, thank you for tuning in. We love y'all, YouTube, and be patient. Guess what? This coronavirus will be over with. We'll be eating out there. For the meantime, you got to make your own restaurant, baby. Here it is. Thank you.